Good afternoon to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the 16th of July, 2013. The map is blank, but there is an area to look at today in the Gulf of Mexico. It's actually Invest Area 97L. Interesting that the Hurricane Center did not outlook it. They did not give it a tropical weather outlook and outline it in yellow or anything like that, but here it is right there. I'll take the highlighting away. Probably a little piece of leftover energy from Chantal sitting in there, and it is a large cluster of showers and thunderstorms. Really not much more than that. If we take a look at water vapor imagery, the loop from that, you'll see that it doesn't have much chance for development. Not the ideal conditions in the area that you would expect for development. Looks like a little bit of an upper level low sitting over here, and really not good diffluent flow aloft for this system. You don't see the clouds fanning out in a clockwise fashion around it, meaning that there's an anticyclone or high pressure in the upper levels. So it's more of just a disturbance sitting down there, and it's not going to amount to much. If we go to the model graphic, I wanted to show you this from Hurricane Analytics, our partner Mike Watkins. The models for this system, what few that have been run, and again, it is Invest Area 97L, and here it is down here in the Gulf of Mexico. I'll outline some features for you. Here's the Florida Panhandle, coast of Louisiana, around towards Texas, down towards the Yucatan right there, and the system sitting in the western Gulf. Really not going to amount to much. It'll be over land before too long here in the next couple of days. May bring some heavier rainfall to portions of Mexico. I don't think that South Texas is going to get in on that action enough to make it even worth mentioning. But it is just a disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico, really not anything to be concerned about. Conditions aren't favorable right now for this to develop much more than what it is, but it could bring some pretty heavy rains to the region. Other than that, if we widen the perspective out and look at a visible satellite shot of the entire Atlantic Basin, or as much of it as we can fit in on one satellite picture, you notice quite a bit of stable air sitting out here, indicative of that Saharan air layer, somewhat prevalent right now. Very stable, dry air mass all through this area. Weak cyclonic turning in here with a tropical wave. Pretty large envelope of moisture. This is really nothing to worry about either. Not looking to develop, none of the computer models suggesting that it will. We're in kind of a down phase of the Madden-Julian oscillation, and that is the period of upward motion in the deep tropics. In fact, you can see here south of 20 degrees of latitude, all into the deep tropics down to 10 north, no convective activity of note at all. And if we go over and look at the Pacific Ocean, things are pretty calm there as well. In the eastern East Pacific, off the coast of Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama here, the Gulf of Honduras, really just scattered intertropical convergence zone type convection. Nothing to worry about. A little bit broader perspective of the eastern Pacific. Not really anything going on out here, just a few disturbances. That is the sun actually reflecting off the ocean. We call it a sun glint. And this is probably some leftover swirl energy, whatever, just dust, if you will, of not literal dust, but the ashes of a former tropical cyclone. They get out over this colder water here and they die away, and their ghosts and bones stay out there. Maybe that's one too. Who knows? Bottom line is things are nice and quiet across the Atlantic and the Pacific right now, and that's good news. Things are going to probably stay that way for the next several days. We'll watch 97L just to see what happens. Of course, that's our job, and the Hurricane Center's job as well. They may mention it later this evening if it persists enough, but really it's just a small area of convective activity going to move inland over the next day or so, and that'll be that. All right, short and to the point today, which is good when there's not much to talk about, right? Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Again, I'm Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com. Always my pleasure to do these videos for you on Hurricane Pro and HD. I'll have more for you tomorrow.